So you're curious about how to become the Pope, the leader of the Catholic Church and spiritual guide for over 1 billion people? Let's break it down. You need to be born as a male. If you're not, unfortunately, becoming Pope isn't possible. The Catholic Church doesn't allow any of the other genders to become the Pope. Next, you must be a Catholic. That's pretty straightforward, right? Although technically any Catholic man could become Pope, history shows it's almost always a cardinal. It only happened 6 times that a non-cardinal became Pope. In fact, the last time a non-cardinal became Pope was in 1378. So let's assume being a cardinal is an official, unofficial rule. So the big question is how to become a cardinal. Becoming a cardinal means you need to climb the Catholic corporate ladder. First, you will need to become a priest. While in some faiths it's pretty easy to become ordained, the Catholic Church takes this function pretty serious. To become a priest, you need education. Typically, this means a college degree in Catholic philosophy, a master's degree in divinity. You also need to be a man, be unmarried, commit to celibacy. If you meet these requirements, a bishop can ordain you as a priest. Priests usually lead local churches or assist others who do. Now you need to take the place of the person that just made you a priest. It's time to become a bishop. But this is where the climb gets tougher. There are about 400,000 priests, but only 5,000 bishops. Bishops oversee regions and manage multiple churches from a cathedral. To become a bishop, you'll need to be at least 35 years old, have been a priest for at least 5 years, hold a doctorate in philosophy. You also need to be on a secret list of potential candidates that bishops in your area keep updated. So once a bishop position opens, this means that a local bishop either dies or have reached the age of 75. The Pope's ambassador, called the Apostolic Nuncio, picks candidates from the secret list, does interviews, and selects the best 3. But wait, there's more. The Nuncio sends their choice to the Vatican, where it's reviewed by the Congress of Bishops. The Congress of Bishops can tell the Nuncio that they don't like any of the candidates. This would mean that Nuncio needs to go back to the list, do new interview, and selects new people. If the Congress of Bishops approve one, the application will be forwarded to the Pope. The Pope can veto the application, and then the whole process would start again from the beginning. This can take months or even years. But let's say that a bishop in your area retired or died at the right time, and you are on the list, and the Nuncio picked you, and you made it through all the interviews and the Congress of Bishops like you, and the Pope doesn't veto you, then you are now a bishop. But then you are still not where you need to be. Let's go to the next step. Now you will need to become a cardinal. While some people believe that cardinals are the bosses for bishops, this is not true. Cardinals are bishops with special responsibilities, such as electing a new pope. There are approximately 200 cardinals worldwide, compared to 5,000 bishops. There is also a limit of 120 cardinals that are allowed to vote in the papal election. This means that they are under the age of 80. So this is where the climb gets really hard. The only way to become a cardinal is through appointment by the Pope. Therefore, if your ambition is noticed by the Pope and he appoints you as a cardinal, you be granted those distinguished red robes. The waiting game. You have already played the waiting game to become a bishop and then again to become one of the cardinals. But there is only one Pope. This means you will need to wait again, this time until the Pope retires or dies. In the case of the Pope, death is more likely than retirement. Only 5 popes have retired, while 265 popes remained in office until death. But let's say you're lucky and the Pope dies while you are a cardinal and under the age of 80. Then you can move on to the final step. When the papal election, all cardinals under the age of 80 will gather in Vatican City to elect a new pope. The cardinals are isolated from the outside world, which likely means taking away their phones and tablets. After this, the election of a new pope can begin. Each papal election is unique, as the previous pope can leave instructions on how he wishes the election to be. It would be amusing to see all the cardinals play Fortnite to select the new pope. In general, the voting process works like this. 4 times a day, 6 days a week, the cardinals convene in the Sistine Chapel to cast their votes. To become the pope, a candidate must secure a 2/3 majority. The cardinals still employ a traditional voting system, wherein they write down name on a piece of paper. They then proceed to the altar, recite a specific Latin phrase, and cast their vote using the piece of paper. To win, a candidate needs a two-thirds majority. After each vote, the ballots are burned. Black smoke signifies no decision, indicating no new pope has been selected. This is why the whole world watches the chimney during the elections. The voting on paper, counting it manually, the long Latin sentences, and the high threshold mean that it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks to elect a new pope. Fun fact, the longest election took 3 years. The shortest took only 1 day. When a candidate receives a two-thirds majority, the ballots are treated with a chemical to produce white smoke from the chimney, announcing to the world that a new pope has been elected. Once elected, the chosen cardinal is asked if he accepts. If he says yes, there is only one thing left to do. Choose a new name. It's tradition for the new pope to pick a name inspired by a previous pope. Popular names include John, Gregory, and Benedict. Finally, the new pope steps out onto the balcony of St. Peter Basilica to give his first blessing. Quick recap on how to become the pope. Be born a male, be a Catholic, become a priest, make it to the secret list, become a bishop, become a cardinal, wait until the pope dies, win the election, and that's how you become pope. Enjoyed this video? Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on more awesome content. Let's keep exploring together.